The Amway Canadian Championship, the Voyageurs Cup. It's the 7th edition. Montreal won it the first time, then Toronto 4 years in a row, and then Montreal won it last year.
I've been battling injuries all year. It's been really tough.
It was really tough for me, but injuries happen. Players play well and they deserve to play, but that's just football.
Great challenge by Daniil Henry. Again, he's had a couple of those in the box. He's timed perfectly.
Soria with a shot off the post!
I think it was exciting, not only for the players, but I think it was exciting for the fans to have their own cup as well.
Emotional, really. It was really, man, because that's why I came here, to accomplish the first step in the Canadian Cup was huge.
Amado Guevara with a couple. There's Dwayne De Rosario with the hat trick. It's hard to believe that this has transpired tonight with Toronto winning not by 4 but by 5, Craig.
Yeah, well, we wanted to win, and that's what we need. Like, that's the first goal, first and foremost. But I mean, we know we haven't had a Canadian Championship here in a few years now.
Ryan Nelson's going to throw in Dwayne De Rosario on the pitch now too, because they need something desperately. They got to score in the last 20 minutes on the route that's done.
I personally feel I was someone that the fans could look at and say, he's a guy just like us, you know? I wasn't overawed with unbelievable talent or technical skill, but I knew that when I crossed the white line, I was going to go on and give it 110%. And that's what I tried to do every game. I wasn't the quickest, but I tried to put myself about, and I think the fans saw that. If you look at it, I really wanted to go out on a high. You know, we spoke early on about maybe this being my last year, so Mo Johnston kind of knew that. I knew that we'd been after D-Row for the past 2 years, and we wanted to bring him home. I knew that there was other players they wanted to bring in, like Adrian. They wanted to bring that kind of influx of homegrown guys that had done well elsewhere. And I thought that was a good move by the club.
For me, coming back home was a dream come true. As a kid, you always hope to inspire to play professionally, but you know, to have the opportunity to play professional in your hometown was something special. You know, it was a great opportunity for me to come back home, to really help Toronto, the city, the fans, the club, the organization, and the players to make it a special year in 09. I
feel that 2009 was our strongest team. I really feel that we had a good core of players there. Not only that we could go and score goals going forward, but we were solid in midfield and we had a decent backline as well. You could see the fans, how much it meant to them. As players as well, having Canadians in our team, it was good for them to see.
It's huge, you know. You represent not only your club and country and MLS, but you represent yourself, and the experience that you gain from that is, you know, invaluable.
And there it is, and it's trouble, and a goal! It's coming hard for Toronto!
TFC all the way, baby. We're coming in, Vancouver. We're coming for you, boys. We're coming. Let's go! TFC!
It's a cool, blustery spring evening at BMO Field as we get set for the first leg in the semifinal of the Amway Cup for the Canadian Championship and the Voyageurs Cup as we are underway here at BMO Field. And Joe Bendick gets a quick touch on the ball right away.
Oh, for me, it's playing at night. It's the best.
Nice play there. Then an opportunity for Kyle Becker.
everyone was buzzing. It's a good buzz playing under the lights.
Bloom. Bradley swings it forward for Gilberto. It's fallen through to Defoe. Defoe onside. Defoe!
Definitely something that we take very seriously, especially being from here, hometown boys, grew up here, played majority of our footballing here. Every time we go out there and we see some of the supporters, they're really happy for us. They want to see us really do well and excel and exceed and reach new levels and see us grow.
Tybert, he's stopped by Bennick. Return shot off the line by, I think it was Henry.
Joe Bennick with his best save of the season. And then Daniel Henry on the line makes the clearance on the second attempt.
You know, it's like an extended family of fans because they showed me so much support.
The city gets behind you and the fans, they're so passionate and they want us to do well.
Defoe works in towards the middle. Back to Bradley. Oh my goodness, was that well done? Bradley finishes it off. So it ends a little fractious with Toronto getting goals from Defoe and Bradley, and then the late one from Kakuta Mane, 2-1 the final score.
That's a good win. We take that win and we move on. We got Vancouver on Wednesday. Disappointing about that goal. Disappointed about conceding that goal, but win's a win. I don't give a f***, to tell you the truth. Okay? Take that, go to Vancouver, and we get a result there. We're done.
All right. Means nothing, we take care of the second leg. Hold on, lads.
BC it's beautiful, so it was nice to get out there and kind of switch it up. And at the time, it was still nice and cold here, so get some good weather too. It was good. It's always nice to go out to BC.
Toronto FC has struggled on the West Coast in this competition. Winless all time in Vancouver. Those results go back to the old Swan Guard days, but TFC, because of the aggregated away goals, don't necessarily need to win here this evening.
When you go through any struggle, the harder it is, the bigger the reward is, or the sweeter the reward is, you know. And knowing that we went into Vancouver under turf field, and you know, knowing that a lot of guys were banged up and tired, and we still ended up winning and going to the final. That builds, you know, that brings the team closer together. It's been really tough. You know, I come back, I get healthy, and then I get another injury. And you know, it's been tough because I put a lot of expectations on myself.
It was really tough for me. I thought I started off the season really well. I knew I'd come in and work hard and get the start. But injuries happen. Players play well and they deserve to play, but that's just football.
And you know, that's football. That's life, actually. You know, sometimes you're gonna have setbacks. You're gonna have struggle. It's about, you know, not showing your character and getting through it, and knowing that, you know, if you keep working hard, there's a light at the end.
Both these teams know the importance of this championship. Both these teams will be going for it from the get-go.
I played my first professional game against Vancouver. They gave me the opportunity to play. They made me feel like I was part of the team and I was important. So when you get roster rotations and you're put into the lineup, you have to make the best of it.
Bradley pumps it forward. The youngster Carducci comes together. It's bouncing on the goal line, and it's in. Daniel Henry has opened the scoring for Toronto FC.
Big away goal to start the game early here.
It's been a long time coming before I put one of those balls in the back of the net.
Going into the game, we knew if we scored the away goal, that would settle everything down, and seeing Daniel get it was even better.
Bradley on the ball, slips it inside. Here's another chance for Toronto FC. Osorio knocked to the ground.
You know, I always tell people, football is a funny game because I think 80% of it is all mental.
Morales looking for Hurtado. Hurtado in.
You know, you can be talented, you can be fast, you can be skillful, but if you're not right mentally, it's going to be a hard game for you to play. And yeah, that was a test of mental strength, that game.
Mane sends it in looking for Hurtado. It looks like a handball. Joe Bendick staring him down. Morales. Cool, calm and collected. The Caps are up 2-1.
You see, you know, players just hobbling towards the end, you know, trying to make that last save or that last block or that last pass.
Morales, Pedro Morales, down Main Street. Bendick again. Omar Salgado knocked down. Bodies flying all over the place. This game all of a sudden has a bit of an edge to it, doesn't it?
It was a very hostile atmosphere. You know, their fans came out and they were ready. They were ready to back their team up that game.
The final kick of extra time, and we are indeed headed to the spot. The Caps supporters singing their team's praises.
So many things go through your head, but in the end, you just have to be focused and know that, you know, you got to try your best, and that's all you can really do.
It's the first time that this tournament has gone to penalty kicks to decide a team either advancing to the final or in the final itself.
Orr steps up. Carducci waits. Bradley Orr. He scores. Matthias Laba. Just barely by Bendick. Up next for the visitors. Slowly, Moore picks his corner.
And now the youngster Mane. For him to power this one in behind Joe Bendick.
Kakuta Mane walks up, and Joe Bendick with a huge save.
Our motivation is to win the cup, no matter who it is, who it's against. So the cup itself is just a big motivation. It's all you really need. I mean, I don't know how much more motivation you can get. You're playing for a cup, for a trophy. That's what everybody plays for. That's why everybody loves this game.
The Reds are off to face Montreal in the final of the Canadian Amway Championship.
You know, mentally, everybody has different stuff going through their head. For me, individually, in that game, it was like I was coming back from injury that game. It was my first game back. I hadn't trained much. It was my first. I went straight into 120. I was tired. I was tired from the first half, but I just had the will to win. I just kept going, and that's what keeps everybody going.
Obviously, it would have been nicer if it was only 90, but we stuck it out, and yeah, I mean, maybe it was nice to do it this way.
It was a great feeling to get out of there and go into the finals.
Boss, baby. Oh, flames, Lonnie.
Heartbreak again for the Whitecaps, but Toronto FC deserving winners and on to the finals.
So it is the 7th edition of the Amway Canadian Championship. Toronto and Montreal, there are usually some fireworks.
I was warned of it from the likes of Jimmy Brennan and D-Row and people like that, and even fans coming up to me saying that there's not much love lost between Montreal and Toronto in all sports.
It's just Montreal, Toronto. It just is what it is. I think whether it's the Leafs in the Habs or for us in the Impact, I think it just is what it is.
They're rivals. If we had to pick someone to play in the final, I'm sure we'd pick Montreal instead of Edmonton. We'd pick them because we want to face the best team and beat the best team.
The Montreal rivalry didn't start just when they came into the league. This rivalry started when I was 14. Team Ontario versus Quebec.
It really is a special tournament that has really found its legs, Craig, from the early days, and then in 2008 when the modern era began. But we've seen some crazy games in this competition. There's the corner kick. Punched out, not really punched out. Di Rosario has equalized. Brennan's cross. He can't get there. Di Rosario. Shot from the goal! Di Rosario has two! Here's Di Rosario. One drummer pushing up, but they misplayed that one. Di Rosario! He
Oh man, it was, you know, to help contribute to team success that we had that year in terms of the Canadian Cup, and on our way to instilling hope and a sense of, you know, we could make the playoffs. To be a part of that was huge.
And there is the final whistle. An unbelievable night in Montreal.
Emotional, really. It was an unbelievable feeling. And then you look to the side and you're seeing, you know, guys that I grew up with and guys that played in the national team with, and you know, knowing that you won that for your city is an unbelievable feeling. That's what you play for, right there. That moment, that feeling after that game is what you play for.
Toronto FC have claimed their first piece of silverware by claiming the 2009 Neutral Canadian Championship. It's hard to believe that this has transpired tonight, with Toronto winning not by 4 but by 5.
It's a little bit of national pride. I think having that rivalry only added to the mix of bringing Montreal into the league, bringing Vancouver into the league, and the excitement for the fans to see not only an MLS team going up against their arch rivals. Okay, Montreal wasn't in the league yet, but I think that kind of licked the lips of MLS and Don Garber saying we need to get Montreal in the league as quick as possible.
It's their first bit of silver work, and you know what? They made it a memorable night when nobody thought that they had a chance.
Voyageurs Cup edition number 7 of the modern era is on the line. It will be lifted by one of these two teams next week, which will also gain them entry into the CONCACAF Champions League.
I thought we played really well.
Daniil Henry getting the start this evening alongside fellow young Canadian Ashton Morgan. Oh, and there's a header, and what a header it was by Daniil Henry! 1-0 Toronto.
I thought that we had a lot of chances and we could have definitely capitalized.
Lovitz tries to get the cross in, he does. Rivalry going the other way. Jeremy Hull, and that's deflected. Corner kick for Toronto. Got his wires crossed with his defender, Lefebvre. Rebound. Gilberto again coming close.
In these games, away goals count. So for us, we felt we took the foot off the pedal a little bit.
Montreal getting closer, they're getting opportunities. Do they have what it takes for the equalizer here?
It's a game that I thought that we did well, so you can't really be upset with the performance of the team. But when we talk about we could be a little bit more clinical up front, and then Mapp scores a wonderful goal. I won't take anything from him.
Here's Mapp. Look out. Justin Mapp with a shot. Justin Mapp! What a rocket to equalize!
We still done enough, which was important, but I mean, got to be a little critical of ourselves and just be a little upset that we gave them the chance to kind of come back in it.
That is it. The first leg of the Amway Canadian Championship ends up in a 1-1 draw. When we go back to Montreal for the second leg, you'll wonder what team we'll see from either side, because Toronto really came out looking like they wanted this. Montreal were flat. They came on in the second half. Who knows what to expect in the second leg.
Are we still going on at 7:30? Okay.
I remember that night in New York. It was a horrid night. Downpour of rain. There was like a monsoon.
At about 7 o'clock this evening, there was some thunder and lightning through the area, dealing with a weather delay before the Red Bulls will take on Toronto FC.
There was a huge thunderstorm came through here yesterday. It lasted for hours, and the storm here prevented Toronto FC from taking off from Toronto. Their plane was supposed to come early in the afternoon.
We were trying to juggle two important things: Canadian passion, winning the cup, and then our league success.
I still felt very upbeat about the atmosphere in the locker room, the team.
It was, I mean, we felt good going into that game. I know the Houston game after that away, we pulled out that win, was huge, and I was even emotional after that because I really thought, you know, yes, we're going to make the playoffs.
It is Cronin, plays it into the 18, and the header goes wide as it gets by. Kundul coming all the way out, and a collision there.
Yeah, we knew we had to score, and I mean, we wanted to win that game, and it was a final, and we knew there was a trophy on the line and berth in Champions League.
Becker. From distance, Becker. Knocked right back into the mixer. Toronto trying to get an effort away. there's a shot that was just wide off the target. There's Defoe. He doesn't need much to get a shot away. Tackled by Kamara.
We knew that they had the away goal in the first leg, so we knew we had to score. And that's what pushed us to give every ounce of blood and sweat and tears.
Toronto getting set to make another substitution. Jonathan Osorio, and that's Osorio fouled.
Plays at top of the box. Boyens gets there now. It's knotted down by Guma. It just goes wide.
It kind of unfolded after 15 to 20 minutes.
Leviti coming through and slides it in on Kundul. He makes the save. Second chance into the side, netting by Guma.
And just see it slip away at that last game was, oh man, that was terrible.
Out in the middle of the park, Kanji trying to get between the defenders, and he does. Shot by Kanji, and it's in. Kanji finds out Hill into the box with Pablo and Hill. 2-0 Red Bulls. And it's Kanji getting by Edwards, and Matt Kanji has made it 4-0.
I think we were a little unlucky.
You know, we gave it our all. We came so close. We hit a post.
Just down, here's Osorio. Osorio with a shot off the post.
And then, you know, time, it's like it started going faster.
Minute and a half to go.
And things just got worse and worse.
I think we got caught. We were a little stretched at the time.
DeVio trying to get around Henry. DeVio shoots off the woodwork. Follow up Felipe! Referee then blows the whistle. That is it. The Montreal Impact have successfully defended their Amway Canadian Championship title. They will lift the Voyageurs Cup.
I was gutted, man. I was really gutted because you know, you look back and you look at all the work you put in, the energy you put out, and just to see it, you know, just slip through your fingers was devastating.
We really wanted to win that game. We really wanted to bring the cup back to Toronto. And it's unfortunate that we couldn't do it.
After that loss in Montreal, especially after bleeding for the team and whatnot, you just wanted to get in. It was so good because we had a game in 2-3 days. So all you want to do is get back on the pitch and get all of it out and use all that negative energy that you have built up and blow it out and positive. There's no other way than to get a win.
There's only one trophy now that we're going after. There's no other trophy. It's just the MLS Cup.
Toronto FC turn themselves into the playoff positions, and look what it means.
We're more gearing for league success this year, making the playoffs, establishing ourselves with everything that we've done this year and the big names that we've brought in. Playoffs is a must.
Fingers crossed we can do it this year because I have high hopes. I really believe we can go far this year.
From the strides we've made from last season, I think it's already good signs and positive of what's going to come.
I'm excited, not only for us and for our team, but going back to it for the fans, because the fans are now going to see a different level of Toronto FC that they've never seen before.